folks, I do hope you're well. I really, really do this fine Wednesday. Right, the world of showbiz. What's happening in showbiz today? Well, not a lot, but what I can do, I've got the inside track. I can let you know a question that's on everybody's lips at the moment. I can give you answers that the Sun, the Daily Mail and the Mirror are all searching for. I've got the answer for you because I know somebody on the inside. And it concerns Michelle, young Michelle KEEGAN. She's had her first child today. It's been announced she had her first child with hubby Mark. They've had a little girl. And there's a lot of speculation surrounding the birth. Reason for it is this. Well, let me give you a bit of background. Some babies can come out and they've got a bit jaundice. They're like yellow looking. Well, their daughter's come out, and I don't know if it's down to a bit of trauma. It might be down to a bit of trauma, but with a purple looking skin. So this putting it down to trauma. It might well be a bit of trauma in the birth. It can happen sometimes. Anyway, Michelle said to Matt, "Oh, that's strange, purple looking." She said, "Hey, let's change the name after all. They were going to call it Dolly." And she said, "No, I'll tell you what, no, let's change it to Palmer." He said, "Palmer? That's a stupid name." She said, No. She's purple looking and she reminds me of my favourite sweets when I was younger, Parma violets. She said, "I used to love Parma violets and it's unusual, nobody will be called that." He said, "I think we're going to get some flack, we're going to have people," but he said, "If that's what you want, love it, we'll call her Palmer." So that is a name and nobody knows what the name's all about. They're all, but I've got a pal who's a good pal of Michelle's and he told me a story earlier today, not even in the press yet, so me and you folks are the first to hear about it. Old Palmer, yes, that's the reason for the strange name. Somebody said to Michelle, "That's a strange name." She said, "It's not as bad as Satchel." Anyway, that's that for that. Tom Selleck, he's not very happy. Again, I told you a few weeks ago, his Blue Bloods had ended the series. That I think it ran about 13 series in America. They ended it abruptly. He didn't see it coming. He didn't want it to finish. For all he's in his 80s now, probably not going to get any more work going forward, old Tom. But I told you at the time they're doing a spin-off series. What's it called? Boston Blue. Danny Wahlberg's fronting it. His son from Blue Bloods. Anyway, Tom's a bit concerned because Danny's got the gig. Tom hasn't been invited. And I think he's saying Danny told him nothing about it. He kept it to himself. He knew it was going to happen. Everyone else was losing their jobs. And Danny was sorted. Tom isn't H-A-P-P-Y. Oh, talking about not H-A-P-P-Y. I can tell you there's a carer out there in that there Cheshire not very, very happy. She's been reporting today. She's been threatened by, is it Ampika Pickston, whatever a piggy name is, I don't piggy know. That's like the honey monster compared to a fellow. Man, you a fellow's very, very small. But Diddy's not one of Doddy's Diddy men, but he could have been. That David Sullivan, chairman of West Ham, sex baron of the past, worth a good few £1,000,000. He gave her £1 million not so long since, to open a care home in that there Cheshire in the stockbroker belt. Anyway, it's tanked. I think she's been closed down on a couple of occasions for letting people come and go as they please. I think it's a home for, I think it's girls from 12 to 16, I think I read. And I heard they were coming and going as they pleased. They were smoking, they were drinking, they were doing this, they were doing that. Pickston wasn't bothered, she weren't there most of the time. She just wanted the kudos of running her home and getting as much money in as she could from the council. He funded it, old David. Anyway, I think it's now since, well, I think it's been closed down for about a year now. But one of her carers was saying she got threatened by Pickston about a year or more ago, saying, "If you tell Ofsted about how we're running this, or any of my colleagues on Real Housewives of Cheshire, I'll stab you in the eye with a fork." The woman said at the time, I thought, is she joking? But she said, "Listen to me and look at me when I say this to you now. If you tell Ofsted or any of my colleagues at the Real Housewives of Cheshire anything, any secrets from inside this care home, I'm going to stab you in the eye with a fork." She said, "It's only now I've realised she meant it, and I've realised how deranged and weird she is and was." You'd have to be too. Well, he's probably a bit weird going out with her, and I don't get her at all. She's very weird. Gone from being an hairdresser to a bit of a beautician to now looking after children unsuccessfully, because as I say, she's been closed down. Right, and that's it really, nothing more than showbiz. There was a couple of things I heard today, a couple of things on different shows. On This Morning I'm flicking through and they've got somebody in there, must be a phone in, and I just seen the headline underneath. What did it say? "My dog looks sad. Is he lonely?" Somebody sent that question into someone on a panel, and I thought, no, I can't watch this. Forward. What a pigging stupid thing to... Me dog looks sad. Is he lonely? Is the bloke or woman going to be someone who talks to animals or not? And lastly, on one of the other shows, it might be the one that Vanessa was fronting today, the third subject they were looking at. I didn't listen to it because I think I know the answer. Tell me what you think. Are older men sexier? So what do you think, ladies? I'll leave it with you. I mean, that's up to you. It's not up to me. And ladies, I said ladies, not gents. I don't want any gents answering. Right, I'm going to bugger off. I've got more to do. Right, see you later. They did mention grey-haired old men. To be honest, I do that sometimes. I'm doing Del Boy, to be honest with you.